Hey, coming up right now, getting taken for a ride. How students in New York are making an easy $1,500 tax-free.
Also coming up, when you divorce yourself, maybe it's time to ask, is it me?
Ooh.
An influencer has a strange parting of the ways.
All right, just a little bit later on, the dating world is a change-in. Forget telling all on your next date. Why you'd be better to show it all.
Oh, hello. Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English. We're welcoming you to a Monday Daily Flash. Yeah. Mondays, we did do it. You are right, sir. We did do it. And Monday...
Going to regionals.
We're going to regionals. Is that, you're generally trying to get the energy going for the week.
Yes.
I think here on Daily Flash, we do the best getting Mondays rocking
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. You know who helps us, too, is a little dude we like to find. We actually got him at, we had a coupon.
I thought it was at the Kmart that's
it was
closing.
it was at the Kmart.
The last Kmart that's open. Blue light special?
Thank you. I remember those. Ladies and gentlemen, Matty Doolittle.
Hello. Yay! Guys, I am stoked. You know the new Mr. McMahon documentary just came out on Netflix?
Who is Mr. McMahon?
Vince McMahon.
Oh, not Ed? I was looking for the Ed documentary.
The guy that has that catchy saying that we can never say.
Right, we can't say that one. But anyway, so it came out and he said, I don't like this documentary. It doesn't show the other side of Mr. McMahon. To which the Menendez brothers said the same thing about theirs. So I'm kind of inclined to like, it's kind of true with what they're saying about him.
Here's the thing. I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to mention it. Because initially, the Menendez brothers for this not documentary, but the movie.
Docudrama.
But there is a documentary actually coming out.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they said, it's not true. It's not lies. And they're like, well, have you even seen it? They said no. But initially, I didn't know he had said no, they hadn't seen it. And I'm like, they got Netflix in prison? I mean, like, who pays for that bill, right?
Yes!
But they don't,
That's
so
cool.
he had not seen it yet.
Okay,
so.
well, I'm surprised they haven't been able to watch it on some confiscated phone they've been able to get into prison.
I mean, I've heard of people, cramming Netflix in weird places, so.
Yeah.
Pouchflix. It's called Pouchflix.
It's called Pouchflix.
Patchflix, okay. So there is a proposal on the docket to put in cell towers along a beach.
Like cellular phone.
Cellular phone towers. Verizon is proposing that they build these new cell phone towers on the beach in New Jersey. Okay. As you can imagine, a lot of folks are not very happy about this, and they're saying, look, we're going to add more clutter to the beaches, and they're saying, hey, we need the service. We'll disguise them as lampposts.
But here's the thing. Okay, so, all right, as you say that, so towers here, and you think of a round, okay, it's only helping the people on the water, right? Yeah. Because if you think about, and the second thing is, they're trying to hide it like these trees.
Yeah, I know.
Have you seen those?
They're so ridiculous.
I'm like, okay, I mean, like, that, we know that's not a tree
it's
or
not
whatever.
A tree. Yeah.
And then there's a conspiracy behind.
We got no service in here.
And then you got this guy right here while you're sunbathing, trying to find service.
I am on the nude beach. That's what's going to happen. People are going to be walking around with their cameras.
Then it's click, click.
There's the conspiracy that the 5G thing. I'm not going to get into it, but people think that 5G is like this. It's sending out these radio waves
to
that can control
UFOs
us and UFOs and all that stuff too. Leave our beaches alone, man. Right?
I agree with that, and especially with all of the concern over that's wind-powered energy that's killing the wildlife. That that's the sonar and the wavelengths and the radio transmissions, everything that's coming off of that technology, a lot of people think is affecting the wildlife because they depend on those kinds of things we can't hear with the human ear. So will this be another disruption added to offshore windmills that they're building?
I do know this, that Elon Musk had come out and said that with his satellite stuff,
the Starlinks,
Starlinks is that T-Mobile customers will be able to get that for free first and then move out. Why haven't we moved closer to that? It seems like getting rid of that cell. We don't know about the cell. And Thank You for Smoking. Remember that movie?
Yes.
The last scene, because they were trying to tell you the whole through the movie. It's like, oh no, cigarettes are safe, and then yada yada yada. And then the last scene, they pick up a cell phone, because they're telling us they're safe. But they did the same thing with cigarettes. So keep that in mind. That's a good point.
Doctors used to prescribe cigarettes
they would have
to pregnant women to calm their nerves.
It's scary stuff to think about that. I say no. Let's leave the beaches alone. That's our last thing. Let's jump now into that area that you were speaking of, where students in New York City have actually found a way to make a quick $1,500, boom, tax-free. What they're doing is selling their new school-issued Metro cards to other New Yorkers who are just looking for a cheap ride. Here's what's happening. The student passes offer free rides on the subway and bus systems for an entire year. Now, more than 1 million student Metro cards were sent out at the start of the school year, thanks to a new $5 million city program. It's all paid for by taxpayers. Within hours, the cars being handed out, students went to Facebook Marketplace with ads seeking cash only for the cards. Posting prices, get this, from $35 all the way to $1,500. And it's a shame that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But if you think, there's the cash, then maybe they can, buy their own. I guess they would. But it's another way. It's unfortunate it's a younger generation doing it, but another way of just ripping off the system, something that was supposed to be there to benefit you.
Did you ever have to get the lunch cards at school? Did you buy your lunch card?
They started that after I graduated.
Yeah, so I on occasion would sell my lunch card for cash because I didn't like the regular school lunch, so I'd go buy, a frozen yogurt. I mean, it was ridiculous, but I'd get like maybe $5 for my lunch card, so I wouldn't have to eat the chicken fried steak and,
that was my favorite.
the tater tots.
I would have bought that.
You would have, yeah. So $5 versus $1,500. Things have really changed.
Big time, right? For the ages of that.
Yeah.
These kids are entrepreneurs, man. I used to just hustle burned in sync CDs back in the day for $5, and now they're selling Metro cards for $150. So
I'll tell you when, and they might still do it. We would get aluminum. I never did it. I bought them.
Cinnamon sticks.
Cinnamon sticks. They get aluminum foil, put cinnamon oil, and then toothpicks. And I remember this kid. He would sell them for like 10 cents each, and then you weren't allowed to have toothpicks in the first place. It was like contraband, kind of like that whole Netflix thing.
In prison.
How did he bring them there?
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. An influencer from Brazil is making headlines for calling it quits with herself. After struggling to find love, she decided to marry herself. It's known as sologamy. However, she now seems to be unhappy with her decision and wants out of the relationship. In a recent interview, she admits to being lonely.
James said he would too. He would get out of that relationship. Look at that.
She tried relationship therapy to figure out a way to make it work, but decided divorcing herself was the best option. She claims her solo marriage was a learning experience which helped her understand herself better. Now she says she's ready to find true love with someone else. Because when you fail at it with yourself, it's always a great idea to try and involve someone else with you.
Yeah, and did we mention? I'm sure this is all for publicity. First off, if you're going to marry yourself,
an influencer was
Dennis
the key
Rodman
word
did
there.
this back in the 90s.
Oh, you're
I
right.
forgot
about that. Yeah.
You look just like him.
Actually,
that's true. She looked like Dennis Rodman.
Actually, it took me a long time to forget that. Thanks, Matt. Here's something you don't want to do. Maybe you will. Move over, Naked and Afraid. It's time for Naked and I'm in Love.
Ooh, boy.
The UK, boy, they always coming out with some new stuff. They've adapted a new dating show. It's set on a tropical island. All the contestants, you got to bear it all. No, you don't walk around with glowing stars, by the way. The show's goal is to help singles find love without the complications of the modern world. Where do you put the microphone? Okay, they have to wear a necklace.
Yeah.
Okay. Ouch, that hurts! It's also motivated by ratings, and the producers hope that people will tune in to watch naked singles fall in love or just watch naked singles. Naked dating is a little take on Bachelor in Paradise, but naked, and I'm guessing with even more booze.
Yeah.
If there's one way they say, you want to expose yourself, not like that. We're on your first date. It's all there, but it seems like that would be, to me at least, it would be a distraction. I mean, it's hard enough sitting next to you, Jackson, looking in the eye. But if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if we did the show naked.
But exactly.
It would be weird.
But for the guys, couldn't the girls tell if it's like working or not? Are they like,
Exactly.
I can tell you're
That
not into
is
me.
true.
But it would show a lot of confidence in that guy, because I would imagine, men would be a little bit more, what do you call it, reluctant, I guess, to get, because your manhood is everything.
Right,
and
right.
sometimes you're judged on
It's
that.
a chilly day or there's a wind.
It's cold out there. The water is cold.
George Costanza.
Exactly.
Sports are on or something.
When you get the
and
nickname
distracted.
Turtle, you know that you're going home that week.
That is not right.
Are you? If your nickname on the show is Butterball Turkey.
Or Butterball.
Turkey.
That would be me.
Wasn't there, we talked about this dating show, I think, that was also from Australia, where it was they'd only show the body parts from the feet up, and they'd slowly go.
I remember that, yes.
And then before they show you the face, you had to decide which one you wanted to go with. So this is sort of like a different take on that.
Exactly.
Like, why are we going all naked? Why isn't there anything else we can just sort of,
I think that's what it's going to be. And I bet you, just like if you think about how like things went, everybody's kind of going back to vinyl. I bet you eventually we'll go back to where, let's see how many clothes you can wear, or like, let's find out who the person with the most decorum is out there. Can you imagine
welcome that at this point.
It would be something different, at least. What would you think about it? Would you be on the show? What would you be looking for? And do we put too much on looks, or even naked looks as well? Let us know. Go to our Facebook page or even our website. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. Time for a little financially speaking. And if you're like me, when you hear the Fed has cut rates, you're like, so what does that mean? Do I buy a home now? Have mortgage rates actually become affordable? There's tons and tons of questions. So joining us now to sort out all of this and make us really kind of more real estate savvy is Jennifer Streak. She's the senior personal finance reporter for Business Insider. Jennifer, thank you for being here with us this morning. Seriously, what does it mean when we hear, the feds have cut rates? That sounds good, is it?
It is actually very good. We've been waiting on this news for the past year and a half. The Fed actually made rates a lot higher because of inflation. They wanted to slow down inflation, bring down inflation, and we're starting to see positive success with that. So they went ahead and gave us a rate cut. Some people are going to see that immediately with their credit cards. I've seen that Chase and Amex have cut their rate. But in terms of real estate and buying a home, that is going to have a slower effect. Right now, rates are at 6.09%, which is the lowest they've been in over a year. So that's positive. But we're still going to expect more positive news from the Fed over the next year. Okay, it's a political year. It's an election year. Is there a correlation between the two? I mean, because it sounds like, this is great news. And if you want the economy and everything to seem like it's doing better, you do this. But is this something that they wait for certain things to happen and it just coincides with an election year, or even because we're only, 50 days away? Fed was going to give us a rate cut is inflation. Okay. And they needed to see inflation start to come down, and they started to see that. Okay. So yeah, we were waiting on that. That was happening. So it happens that way. Okay. You could see how people might think, it's election year. I always say that about gas prices too. You see that as well. Well, let me ask you that. Yeah. Does it affect things like gas prices and things and equitable things that we would have to use day to day? We're starting to see gas prices and groceries stabilize in terms of pricing. The interest rates are going to affect housing, credit cards, your savings accounts, HELOCs more quickly and most importantly. Okay. All right. Well, let's ask you about that. How does that Fed's action really alter the affordability of, say, home ownership? Well, you're going to see interest rates come down, which should impact positively home ownership. But what I would say to those that are looking to refinance or even buy a home is to still have a wait and see attitude, because we're going to see more rate cuts over the next year, according to predictions on how the Fed is going to be moving. So I wouldn't say to just jump right in right now. Okay. And so just kind of like sit, wait, watch and see. Is it also something like demand as well? Would that have an effect on that? Because everybody's like, the Fed's cut the rates, so let's go buy. But then the demand for homes and stuff would be pretty much, kind of raising a little bit higher. Is that true? Correct. I mean, the demand, it has to be there. Also, you still have to look at your affordability in terms of being able to buy a home right now. We are heading into the end of the year, the holidays. Most people aren't looking to buy a home or even sell a home. Yeah. So like you said, is there going to be the demand there? All right. Well, given that the Fed rate cuts don't always lead to like really immediate drops in mortgage rates, what should home buyers and homeowners actually know about that timing of all these changes? It's really hard to time interest rates with when you should buy, but you have to still look at whether or not you can afford the home. Do you have enough savings? If you want to refinance, can you afford the refinance costs? Because it's not free to refinance your home. So all of these costs have to be considered as well.
Do you think that there's people that are still renting? I know like we're in the area that we're at, renting is crazy. Everybody is. Will this affect anything like that? Is this really mainly just for homeowners?
You're going to see the greatest impact with home ownership. Of course, I'm a renter myself. I would love to see it have some sort of impact on renting, but I'm not sure that that area will be affected as much as buying a home.
I would think so. And, I wanted to bring that up because, obviously people are thinking, do I rent or buy? Now they have more options as well. Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us so much. And if you want to find out how you can capitalize on rate cuts and even buy a home, check out Jennifer on businessinsider.com.
Well, it was a band brawl on stage at a recent concert featuring Jane's Addiction in Boston. Frontman Perry Farrell had just started performing when he turned to his guitarist Dave Navarro and started screaming at him. The two rockers confronted each other before Farrell threw a punch. Farrell left the stage while the three other band members thanked the audience and said goodnight. The band was in the midst of their North American tour when Farrell had the meltdown. They have since canceled all remaining shows. Now, word has it Farrell was frustrated because he thought the guitar was overpowering his vocals, and he lost his cool.
But that's not Dave's fault, though. It's the engineer's fault. Right?
I think that he was having some sort of maybe difficulty on stage, if you will. He's had some personal demons throughout his entire career that he's battled, and maybe this was sort of rearing its ugly head again. It's
unfortunate to see that sort of thing, especially breaks down in front of it. And, everything that I've seen, Dave Navarro seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
However, it is hard to take, you could see them kind of getting up face when the dude's wearing makeup. It's hard to take him
seriously?
You're not really scaring me, dude, at least. But I felt bad for Dave up there because he's like, look, it ain't me. I'm just playing the guitar.
And then I felt bad for the audience because here's all these people in Boston who paid money to buy tickets and watch this show, Jane's Addiction, which doesn't tour that often. And then for this guy to have a meltdown, basically throw a tantrum on stage because something isn't working for him. Yeah. You're a performer. Be better than that.
Be better than that. Do it off stage. No one wants to see it. It's a good call. That's why you and I we have brawls in the back all the time.
We do, but then we kiss and make up.
All the time.
It's all so much better.
And I'm sorry about the cold sore, too.
There's a cream for that.
There is a cream. Okay, very good. Coming up a little bit later right here on Daily Flash, we are going to be telling you the best places to travel in September when it comes to flash travel. But again, anything you've seen here on the show, much like what we talked about with those mortgage rates cut, so the Fed cutting the rates and such, you can go to our website. It's always up and running for you at dailyflashshow.com. Go there and check it all out. Flash travel right around the corner right here on Daily Flash. It's time for a little air, land, and sea. It's flash travel time. And with the fall rolling in and summer travel chaos finally behind us, September is the perfect time to sneak in a getaway. The crowds are thinning out. The prices for flights and hotels are starting to drop. Hello, deals! We've actually rounded up some of the best spots to visit, and what we factored in was everything from expert advice to even travel reviews. Whether you're maybe craving a thrilling hike or a cool new city to explore, don't worry. We got you covered here on Flash Travel. First up, Mount Rainier National Park. Woo! September might be shoulder season for Mount Rainier, but it's still a fantastic time to visit with temperatures in the mid-50s, the low 70s, and the stunning fall colors. It's the perfect for leaf peeping. Enjoy the great weather by hiking the Skyline Trail or driving up to Sunrise, the park's highest point accessible by car, and you'll get breathtaking views of the mountain. It is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Well, next up is Sequoia National Park. This place is beautiful, and September is a perfect time to hit the Sequoia National Park. There's fewer crowds, there's comfy temperatures, about the high 60s or so. Everything's still all open and running, and you can enjoy hiking a giant forest or cruising along the Kings Canyon Scenic Byway without the summer chaos. Now, bonus, if you go on the 4th Saturday, it's National Public Lands Day, so admission is free. Pretty cool. Pretty cool for sure. Our next stop is actually, believe it or not, it is jumping all the way from Sequoia National Park to, believe it or not, the next place, which is mainly the name after all. Who doesn't like wearing a fez, right? September is a perfect time to visit Fez, Morocco. You'll skip the summer heat and the tourist crowds while soaking in the city's stunning architecture and vibrant culture. You'll be able to explore the Medina of Fez, the UNESCO World Heritage Site, and you don't want to miss a relaxing stroll through the serene Jardin Nan Civil Gardens. I hope I said that right. Still a gorgeous place to go, Morocco. Let's do some Greece lightning on our next September destination, Santorini, Greece. With sunny skies, warm temperatures in the 70s and the 80s, and perfect swimming conditions at Red Beach and Kamari Beach. The island of Santorini is actually a great place to make some memories. And after doing some wine tasting, enjoying alfresco dining at the Almudi Bay, or even hike the scenic 6 miles from Fira to Oa, you can visit mid-September and catch the iFiesta Festival, complete with live music and fireworks celebrating the island's volcanic history. Very, very cool stuff. Next up, finally, I got a place for you. It's back here in the U.S. of A, Moab, Utah. Moab, Utah, actually a good choice for travelers that are seeking adventure and an unparalleled natural beauty for their next vacation. Arches National Park sits a mere 5 miles just north of town, making Moab a great home base for activities like hiking, horseback riding, and canyoneering, or even crank up the tunes on a scenic drive all the way through the park. September is a warm in the 70s and 80s, which makes other outdoor pursuits, things like rafting, biking, even stargazing, really, really cool. There's our top picks, and we love to travel the world with you. So why not join us by commenting on our Facebook page? Just look for Flash Travel and on our Facebook, and you can actually leave a comment. Even faster way is just to go to flashtravel.com, and it's going to take you directly there. You could be able to check that out. Very, very cool stuff. And I got to tell you, September, because you do start to see the leaves changing and things looking better. You got a favorite place to go around this time?
I love Maine. Maine is one of the most gorgeous states I've ever been to. And this time of year, it's gorgeous because the colors are changing, the leaves are fun. I'm just trying to budge in on your segment here, Mitch, because I'm excited to travel.
Well, you know, and it's the heat will really affect your travel plans.
Yeah.
And we went through all those summer months. Yes. And we always went to the beach, and we want something different here. And plus, I don't know about you, but all my winter clothes, or we call them Florida winter clothes, which are just like light sweaters and stuff. You can actually wear them around travel as well.
True.
You guys have any destination places, camera guys?
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
That's in October. Yeah, coming up. That's right.
See in Orlando, baby.
Orlando.
And Will, you're a party animal. Where do you like to go?
I went to Hawaii.
Hawaii.
That's like year round you could be able to.
Aloha.
Very good. Well, maybe if you might want a nice home, we got the house for sale, right?
Yes, we do. If you're looking to live on the edge, here's an opportunity to own a slice of history and a piece of paradise. The southernmost home in the continental U.S. is up for grabs. You'll need a cool $18.5 million to purchase this Key West, Florida retreat. This mid-century gem features 4,000 square feet of living space, 5 bedrooms, located right where the Atlantic meets the Gulf of Mexico, with views in every single direction. The Johnsons, part of the famed Johnson & Johnson family, bought the house back in the 1990s, and now it could be yours. However, you'll need to do a little renovation on it. It needs a brand new seawall, which cannot be cheap. So
that can't be at all.
No.
Stupid trivia here. You know, Johnson & Johnson, the guy that started Johnson & Johnson, there was actually 3 brothers. And one of them got left out, just Johnson & Johnson.
So just the 2?
Right.
What happened?
A little relation there to what you're talking about. So, you know, you're at the southernmost point. You could take all the way from there in Key West or down there, it's southernmost point all the way up to Maine. So you would be able to be taken care of that way.
Wouldn't that be
nice?
It'd
be a long travel.
It would be. Could you imagine biking that? I know people do that.
Oh, yeah. That'd have to take like 6 months, a year to be able to do it.
At least, I would think.
And then you talk about changes and weather and such. Alrighty, we appreciate you joining us, of course, and we want you to check out our website. Of course, join us on Facebook and all the social media. Just look for Daily Flash. We got more, right?
So much more. Stay with us. Don't move a muscle.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
So glad to have you here on Monday. And of course, as we kicked off our season last week, we're so glad to have you here for season number 8. And as every year comes through, the National Toy Hall of Fame has revealed its 12 finalists for the class of 2024.
Okay.
Let's see if any of your favorite games are on here. First off, the games Apples to Apples. Do you remember that? Anybody remember that? Okay, you remember that?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I don't remember that
remember
one.
it.
A game called Sequence is a nominee.
Nope.
I don't remember that one as well. But here's some things that we should remember. The Pokemon trading card game.
Sure,
We all heard
yeah.
about that. It went digital. Remember that?
Yeah.
Where you could find them. Choose your own adventure game books. Wasn't those great?
I love those. Yeah. Love those novels.
And not only that, it had you read it and it
Yeah.
had you immersed and engaged to it.
Yeah.
And you got to choose your own adventure.
You know, so many people have tried to make a movie or a TV series or something out of that, and they've been inspired by it, but nobody's really been able to capture the essence of that book.
And you know, in this day and age with Netflix, because Netflix even has where you could change, like, do you want to do
the
this?
outcome.
Do that?
Yeah.
Netflix needs
That
to
was a
jump on
big
that.
thing with Meta, with the Quest stuff,
could do
where
that?
you could do that with these adventures.
And you look like an idiot wearing that mask. I'm sorry.
I sold mine.
Here's some more. The Choose Your Own Adventure game books. Hess toy trucks. And
Oh, yeah, sure.
So you got to go to the gas station to get the Hess
Yeah.
toy trucks. And then My Little Pony, remote control vehicles, the Stick Horse, AKA the Hobby Horse.
Hobby Horse, okay.
But at my house, it was called the Broom. Trampolines, Transformers, and then just plain old balloons made it on the Toy Hall of Fame. But
Can't
if you
believe they took so long.
Well, here's the thing. I think the reason why is you open up a bag or buy a bag of balloons and it
Yeah.
says, this is not a toy.
Choking hazard.
It's a choking hazard, right?
hazard.
So maybe that threw everybody off. Who knows? There you go. Any of them made in there. You can go to museumofplay.org if you want to see the rest of them.
Favorite childhood toy?
I would probably say I always wanted to finish Mousetrap. It never worked for me about that
Yes,
game.
That game was
what about
great.
you?
Oh, Barbie. I mean, everything
yeah,
Barbie.
Barbie.
I had the Barbie
You
Dream
and your pink
House,
there right now.
the Barbie Townhome. Yeah.
Maddie?
Anything Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
And all the Power Rangers.
I got to wear a legitimate Power Rangers
you
helmet,
really?
and then it was the guy that died. I can't remember which color
Jason,
he was. But
Jason David Frank?
maybe 8 years ago.
The green one?
Yeah, and I got to wear his helmet. I thought it was cool. I got a picture of it.
That's cool.
I didn't know who he was. My kids watched him, and I was like,
That was my favorite.
My kids
Tommy.
thought I was really, really cool because
Yeah.
I got to wear a real Power Rangers.
Rangers
He was
helmet.
such a cool guy.
Out of all the things you've done, that's the one thing that qualifies you as cool with
and
your kids.
interviewing Kermit the Frog, and both of them were green. Now that I think of it,
we met Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald.
I got to open up for Norm Macdonald
Yeah.
doing stand-up.
That was cool for the adults.
Indeed.
Yeah. Students in New York City have found a new quick way to make $1,500 tax-free.
Ooh.
They are selling their new school-issued Metro cards to other New Yorkers
Wow.
looking for a cheaper ride. The student passes offer free rides on the subway and bus system for an entire year. More than 1 million student Metro cards were sent out at the start of this school year thanks to a new $5 million program from the city, paid for, of course, by the taxpayers. Within hours of the cards being handed out, students flooded Facebook Marketplace with aggressive ads seeking cash only for the cards. Posted prices range from $35 to more than $1,500.
And I kind of, hey, they're being entrepreneurial. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that they're taking advantage of the system of doing that. But even still, $1,500 for somebody that would purchase that, it seems that's somebody's going to be on the subway a lot. Now, on a second note, you guys heard me complaining this morning driving into work.
Yes.
I got behind a school bus, no problem there. What was bothering me is that the lines behind me were piling up because the bus would pull up and kids would be late and they're just walking.
Yeah.
And remember when I was a kid, we used to run to the
I had
bus.
a
They would
bolt
leave
out the
us.
door.
No sense of urgency.
No such urgency, but the subway would probably be the way to go because
Yes.
I'm moving on no matter what.
You're not here on time, forget it, we're out. I saw a kid the other day in my neighborhood. I see the school bus take off and I see this kid running up the road like, wait! And the bus just left.
Me and my neighbor, you could almost hear us in sync almost every morning running out the door at the same time down the same road.
Well, and then about, I'd say 30 seconds later, a car pulls up to rescue this kid.
Like the parent?
Like a parent saying, oh, don't worry, I'll take you to school. If that were you or me,
I had to walk.
well, I would have had to walk to school or I would have been grounded for 2 weeks for missing the bus.
And yeah, that's what they're there for. So.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Artificial intelligence is the latest buzz phrase, but what can it really do for us? Tech Life Pro Jennifer Jolly is at HP Imagine in Palo Alto with more on how the latest technologies will shape our future.
Thank you so much for having me. You know, we are seeing for the first time the ways AI can make printing awesome. That's the promise with a new, pretty major software launch that they're calling Print AI. HP says it fixes a lot of the common frustrations that we've all just sort of been putting up with since the dawn of time with printers. Here's a great example. HP calls it perfect output, their perfect output feature. Let's say you want to print out a recipe from a website. Old printing meant that would be on 47 pages, all kinds of ads and blank space. But now AI just gets in there and works its magic. It recognizes, reorganizes, and reformats it all onto one page. It's intuitive, it's smart, it's intelligent, and it rolls out today in beta. Also new, the NV6500 series. This lets you finally print these gorgeous studio quality photos at home. Plus, it's made from 60% recycled plastics and starts at just $140. Now, every new PC coming out right now has some kind of AI built in, but here's what makes HP special. This is their OmniBook Ultra Flip. This form factor is incredible. It's light, it's versatile. It does have the physical AI Copilot button built right in there. And it's this next-gen 2-in-1 transformer, a laptop when you need it, a tablet when you want it. It also sports an AI-enabled camera for crisper, clearer video images and a dedicated AI engine that speeds everything up and just makes it all work a lot more like how humans work and think a lot more like how humans think. This is so light, so fast, so efficient, up to 20 hours of battery life. Incredible. HP also says they have one of the best new business laptops on the planet. They're calling it the new EliteBook X. It's the world's most powerful next-gen AI business notebook with AMD Ryzen Pro processor, delivering crazy high-speed performance for super demanding workloads. This is my favorite part, though. It has this AI-enhanced webcam sensor and audio tuning by Poly Studio that just makes everything look and sound better. No special filters needed. It makes it look like you've had enough sleep and gets rid of background noise and barking dogs and doorbells whenever you're on a video conference call at home. It's just a lot more professional. And then last but not least, HP has a new way to give back to people in need. It's called HP's Hope Recycling Futures program. They refurbish old laptops and PCs and put them back into the hands of people who need them the most, kids in underserved communities. It's pretty cool. Gives PCs a second life and empowers the next generation with tools they need to really thrive in a digital world. Find out more about all of HP's latest and greatest at their website, hp.com, or mine, techish.com. Back to you.
All right, thank you there. All right, if you're looking to save a little cash on your next car purchase, why not consider buying a used car without a backup camera and just install your own? Check this out.
Looking to save money on your next used car? Consider buying one without a rear parking camera. Rear parking cameras are important safety features and they became mandatory in 2018. Of course, many cars had that feature as an option just prior to that, especially luxury vehicles. When buying a used car, a version without that safety feature can be thousands of dollars less. But don't worry, a rear parking camera and Apple CarPlay can easily be added to most cars for less than $1,000. For example, I found this low mileage Saab for about $7,000. Based on the safety features that this car came with when it was new and the addition of Apple CarPlay and a backup camera, this car is nearly as good as a much newer model, but for tens of thousands of dollars less.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time. And if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
All right, well, welcome back. We got tech lifestyle expert Carly Knobloch with her must-have tech ideas to help today's connected parents. Hi, Carly. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me on the Daily Flash. So yeah, for all the busy families, I teamed up with these brands today that I think will really help parents out. First off, if you're a mom like me, you're concerned about how screen time is affecting your kids' eye health. And the good news is that more devices like these here are available with healthier e-ink, e-paper screens. With the average person spending a whopping 7 hours a day looking at screens, e-paper mimics the look of traditional paper, reducing eye strain and blue light exposure compared to backlit LCDs. This technology really helps eliminate the harsh glare, the eye fatigue, and the disrupted sleep, so kids can focus more on learning. Kids are back in school, parents are busy, and pest control is just one more thing to worry about, but the Zevo flying insect trap solves the problem. Its UV and blue light technology attracts and traps houseflies, fruit flies, and gnats. Nobody wants any of those. Plus, they're odorless, they're mess-free, and they're under $20. And then for $35, the Zevo Max traps even more bugs by giving you the power of 2 traps in one, and its 5-foot cord lets you bring it to problem areas. And you can find these in mass retailers. Now, for peace of mind, once the school day is over, parents want a way to keep an eye on kids at home even if they're still at work. Ecobee's Total Security and Savings Bundle can do just that. It includes their smart doorbell camera, smart thermostat premium, and smart sensors, plus 1 year of home monitoring. I love how you can get an alert on your phone when your kids get home, which is instant peace of mind. And you can talk to them through the 2-way talk on the doorbell too, and make sure they get going on their homework. Now, as a mom, I find the most daunting part of back to school is all the paperwork, the permission slips, the after-school programs, and the medical forms. With the DocuSign app, you can manage it all effortlessly. With just a few taps on your phone or your tablet, you can fill out, sign, and send back documents securely from wherever you are. Whether you're emailing them or storing them in the cloud, the whole process is fast, simple, and the best part is it's completely free. And then lastly, everyone in the family is looking for a laptop that's well-priced, lightweight, and has a long battery life. And I've got one right here. It's the Asus VivoBook S15. 19 hours of battery life, a sleek metal body with military-grade durability, and their OLED screen gives incredible visuals in any environment. Plus, super easy access to AI tools like a dedicated Microsoft Copilot key and the Asus exclusive StoryCube app that helps you manage all your photos, videos, and files with ease. And for more info on everything I covered, including links, just head over to inthenews.tv.
Fall can be a super busy time of the year with school back in session and the holidays quickly approaching. Here's lifestyle expert Joanne Butler with 2 simple things to make your life better. Hi, Joanne.
Thanks for having me. Well, the iconic chocolatier Ferrero Rocher launched their new dark hazelnut and crunchy salted caramel chocolate bar, which is just next level delicious. Screams me time. I love breaking that first piece, just smooth, creamy chocolate filling wrapped in a fine dark chocolate shell made with 55% cocoa, which is amazing. And this new flavor joins a portfolio of 4 other bars: milk, dark and white chocolate, and milk chocolate with almond. They also capitalized on National Read a Book Day, which was earlier this month, because a survey found that while people say reading is one of the ultimate solo pastimes, nearly half didn't finish a book last year. So they wanted to help us take a moment to celebrate ourselves, and they partnered with Storygraph, a book tracking platform that suggests fun fall reads that pair perfectly with their chocolate bars. I just love this idea. I think it's so cute, just to help us remember to take time for ourselves in a decadent way. You can find all Ferrero Rocher chocolate bars online or in store. Now, next up, my best budget-friendly hair essentials for fall. Everyone always asks me what I use, and it's always Pantene. Just the best stuff at the best price points for keeping hair healthy and prep for the new season. And Costco has 2 wonderful collections. The all-new Pantene Essential Botanicals, which is derm-tested, sulfate-free, crafted with yummy things like jasmine, citrus, and Pantene's Pro Vitamin B5, and just gives you a gentle cleanse, super nourishing for just weightlessly soft, fuller looking, healthy, shiny hair that lasts for up to 72 hours. And it's on sale now through October 27th. And then if your hair is in need of a little extra TLC, this is the Multitasker 10. Literally does 10 things for your hair in one, plus 10 times protection against damage, which is great as we head into the fall season. Both of these collections, again, at Costco stores and online at Costco.com. Just an amazing deal. And there you have it. 2 must-haves for fall. Don't miss them.
Thank you, Joanne. Well, raising awareness and sparking conversations about suicide prevention can actually make a life-saving difference. Here's what you should know.
Children and young adults in the U.S. are facing a mental health crisis. In 2020, 1 in 6 teens had a major depressive episode and 3 million had serious thoughts of suicide. Here is Dr. James Polo from Carillon Behavioral Health with more.
The numbers are alarming, but there is hope. Suicide prevention programs can reduce youth suicides by over 20% through proactive interventions. These programs focus on overall health, aiming to prevent suicide attempts and reduce hospitalizations.
September is National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, a perfect time to spark conversations that can save lives.
Families and caregivers should feel empowered to work closely with healthcare professionals to support their children. Early intervention and access to effective prevention programs are key to improving mental health outcomes. Carillon Behavioral Health is committed to providing equitable access to treatment options and helping those in need find support in difficult situations.
Learn more at CarillonBehavioralHealth.com.
Up next, there's finally hope to lower medication costs for the older generation. Here's more.
For the first time in history, Medicare has the power to negotiate lower drug prices for seniors. Last month, the final negotiated prices were announced for the first round of drugs that are among the costliest and most widely used medications on the market.
Lowering healthcare costs is an important way to address the high cost of living. Seniors will finally see an end to the broken system that allows big drug companies to charge whatever they want for life-saving medications.
To learn more, visit protectourcare.org.
There's more Daily Flash coming up just a few moments. And one of the things that I have to do every single weekend, because I just miss seeing Andrea Jackson, is going to our website, right? And you can too. You can go there and watch all the things that you see here on the show. Plus, drop us an email. That's how I have to get a hold of her. We're either going to a rave or heading into our celebrity real estate. Welcome back to Daily Flash. Let's look at the lifestyles of the rich and famous as we dive into some celebrity real estate.
Okay, here we go. Let's start with legendary rock and roll family, the Osbournes. As the Osbournes consider a return to England, their longtime Los Angeles family home is up for sale. The property is located in the Hancock Park neighborhood. It's a Mediterranean-style stunner priced at $17.5 million.
Wow.
It was originally purchased by the Osbournes back in 2012 for around $12 million. The home features 7 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms. The Osbournes say they are returning to Britain to avoid increases in U.S. taxes. Although historic, the home has undergone a series of upgrades and renovations since it was first built almost a century ago.
That is gorgeous. You ever dreamed about living in Tony Soprano's world? Now's your chance. The TV famous house in New Jersey where the fictional mob boss in the HBO hit show Dug Up the Yard is all up for sale. It could be yours for just $579,000. The house last sold in 2019 for $420,000. The charming single-family home, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, bright blue kitchen cabinets and hardwood floors as well. Built in 1927, it includes a 2-car garage and nearly 3,000 square feet of living space. But I'm going to do some painting in that kitchen.
Yeah, the blue, I'm afraid that's too much of a commitment for me. And check out this Mediterranean estate in Malibu, once owned by the late, great Tom Petty. It was just listed for $19 million. Petty, who passed away back in 2017 at the age of 66, bought the home back in 1998. The 2.6-acre property is not located next to the beach, but in the heart of Malibu. The main house is around 10,000 square feet and includes a den, library, and a butler's pantry. There are 2 guest houses on the property. Petty converted one of them into a music studio with recording and rehearsal space. So if you're a budding musician, this might be the perfect bet for you.
And so much history there too.
Yes.
Tom Petty. My understanding, the real estate agent says they're not going to back down at all.
Not
Come
at
on.
all. Come on, that was
Where
good.
are you at it, Nick?
Bravo.
Not going to back down. Tom Petty.
No Tom Petty.
No Tom Petty fans apparently. It was a heartbreaker.
There we go.
There you go.
Very nice. Very nice.
What? It's a Monday, our first Monday on our new season.
Monday, season 8.
These are the guys that help us put the show together here, and we appreciate all of y'all.
Will, Braden.
There they are.
Alex.
We got a whole crew back in the control room as well. We want to thank all of y'all for joining us, of course, and we'll do it again tomorrow.
Yes, we will. Stay with us for more information on any of today's stories. Visit our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Bye-bye, y'all. See you when we look at you.